Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the Wedding MC TV. I am that guy, Carl Mays. That's right, the King Motivator, the Wedding MC, aka your woman's favorite voice. I just want to say, listen, thank you all for subscribing and continue to be able to share and subscribe. One of the things I like to say is we want to grow organically. So my motto is here we grow again. This is another episode of MC Tips. I want to make sure I give you a tip every single day and to be able to get great about, your craft. One of the biggest things, though, I think that is absolutely beautiful is watching myself grow and being able to present this information. I've been doing this a long time. I'm a little hoarse right now, too, because I had about 4 events this past weekend. But no matter what, no excuses. We're going to make sure we give it to you. But I think that, I was thinking about some of the things that I want to record while I was doing an actual event this weekend. And I thought it was just, kind of phenomenal. I was thinking about, giving you all something in real time, but also, doing it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to be able to grab footage as I'm thinking about it and then be able to, edit it in and give it to you as a little B-roll. But that's another day, another topic. In the meantime, welcome back. Y'all continue to be able to support the page. Give your comments because, in each one of the descriptions, I put a question down at the bottom, because I want a little bit of feedback on some of the things that you all have experienced. And if you're not an MC and you're not somebody who is used to being in front of crowds, or even at your job, if you're a manager and you have to stand before your staff, or, what are some of those challenges that you kind of run into? Because I'd love to continue to grab, some of those statements and, possibly make, a video about it and give another tip. So I'm just thinking of things as I go to be able to give you all information. But yeah, continue to engage. Give me something to go off of as well. I just know that there's so much to talk about in this space, and there's not enough people talking about it. And I just want to be that guy that, says, hey, listen, if you don't have it, why not start it? Because you know the motto, right? You don't have to be great to start. You got to start to be great. Let's do it. So we're still early in this thing, y'all. It's 2025. I decided to be able to come up with this particular page to be able to, talk to my people that understand me. And it should be some of everybody because no matter what, the uncomfortable aspect about speaking and, performing or being one who guides an audience, one who leads it, who sets the tone and everything, man, it can be a little stressful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy that stands before people and breaks out into sweat anymore. Not when I was younger. I mean, not since I was younger. But, there's still some of those moments where I, run into some nervousness, but not as much anymore. But I know that there's some people out there who still do that or who may even do that right now, even as adults. If you're a young person or adult, it doesn't matter, we all have, those same emotions and feelings, and it's good to be able to have a space to be able to talk about it. Now, let's get ready to jump into another MC tip. Let's do it. Learn to control your tone to match the mood of the event. Learn to control your tone to match the mood of the event. That's important. And I wrote a couple of things, and I'll make sure I expand on it. But being an MC is about more than just speaking. Yes. It's about setting the mood, whether it's an upbeat celebration or a solemn occasion. Your tone should reflect and enhance the event's atmosphere. A lively award ceremony may require high energy and enthusiasm, while a corporate dinner may need a refined and composed approach. Develop versatility in your tone and learn to adjust accordingly. Man, there's so much to unpack in that. Let's see if we can actually talk about it. Some people think that being an MC is just getting up there and just saying something. You have to keep in mind, even if some of the prior videos that I put up, we understand that knowing your audience is important. getting to know the event, curator, promoter, the person that's putting on the event, and knowing what kind of event it is, so that you know what angle you need to approach. What is the demographic? What is the age demographic in it? And you as an MC or as a person that's leading, people to keep them engaged, it becomes very, very tricky. You have to be comfortable with who you are. You have to, continuously expand your mind to make sure your knowledge is keen from one extreme to the other. Keen, keen. I want to make sure I'm not misinterpreted. And you have to pull from those resources in here. And one of the things I always say, you have to be very intelligent, you know, to be able to hold an audience, especially from one extreme to the other. There are some people that are kind of one dimensional, where they may be, an MC or a host or something, but they do such, one demographic so much that they think that they can be the exact same way in that they are in that demographic in any demographic, and it doesn't work. You have to be knowledgeable of how to set a tone and then what you can do to set a tone in that particular event or demographic. There's no way that I can go from being, a person who's a hype man or, one of the MCs, from a club or a nightlife, and take that same energy into a corporate event or a corporate gala or a gala period. Just won't work. There are temperaments, from certain audiences that they feel like, you know, they may be better than. And that's from one extreme to the other. There may be people in the club setting that feel like they're better than the people outside of there, or whoever's not in there. There may be people that, are at a gala or a corporate event that may feel like they're better than the people that are not there. So in its own way, you have to make sure that you comply by understanding who they are. And that will help you, be able to figure out how to, set the tone and control your tone to where you fit in or you curate something that they buy into. There's no way that, I can use the tonality or the the verbiage, the acceptable verbiage from one environment to another. And I hope this is, kind of coming across because, you need all of this in order to set that mood. The mood of an event, if let's just say hypothetically, and rest in peace, Angie Stone too, by the way, but I'm gonna use that as an example. If I'm talking to a particular crowd that I may suspect and maybe even know that knows of her and her music, then to set a mood for that event, knowing that the undertones in the room already know about it because it was very fresh news, and I'm only saying this because this kind of happened this weekend. My tone will dictate how they respond to it positively. If I could say, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I want to make sure that, so I'm already going into a feeling, no matter if, I am popular or not popular at all, or they know who I am, if just to get them to buy into the seriousness of what I'm about to say. It has come to my attention that one of our own in the music industry who gladly put out some memorable music has recently passed away, or who has tragically passed away. Is Angie Stone. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to do a moment of silence just to, that kind of thing. You just want to be one who knows your audience and be able to set that particular tone. There's no way that I'm going to shout that out. And not that anybody does this, but it's important to be able to talk about. That's really serious because, we lost a life, right? If I were speaking about something exciting and I'm talking to an extremely high echelon crowd who, in their own way, let's just call it what it is, bougie, a bougie crowd. Then I want to make sure I articulate a particular way, but also still have an enjoyment, right? So I'm talking about something exciting. Listen, I know most of y'all could have still just been doing something else, but tonight y'all are here, y'all looking good. But guess what? We have, so I'm pulling them in. I'm setting that particular tone for whatever I'm about to deliver that's exciting, right? I just think that knowing that, you have to, be one who knows how to be of the people as well, right? Because I think that more than anything, that is a huge testament to you being a professional and them understanding that you are a professional. It says whether it's an upbeat celebration or a solemn occasion, your tone should reflect and enhance the event's atmosphere. Yes, it should. If you are drab, sound nervous, tone low, not speaking from your diaphragm, then it's going to be definitely difficult to hold their attention, especially if they're there for the next 3 to 4 hours. That is a no-no. You are the mood setter. You are the one that sets the tone in the room. And you have to be at a point where you realize that no matter what, you can make or break this entire event. And I think that some people don't recognize that, right? They just don't really understand their importance. And I think that, not understanding your importance is, a thing that can make everything just kind of go to hell. In a handbasket, that's what my grandmother would say. So work on your craft, like truly be at a point where, you become used to how people see you, like doing, what we call mirror exercises, because you have to be comfortable in your skin to truly be at a point where you recognize how people see you and you're okay with it, how people hear you and you're okay with it, how you sound from an auditory standpoint. If you, record, vocals, from an audio standpoint and listen back to yourself. And once you become, okay with how you sound, I think, things kind of get a little bit more comfortable. What happens is, those that are in front of audiences, whether speakers, whether hosts, MCs, whatever the case may be, if you have a moment in there and you're saying something and you try to reflect on what you think you may sound like or look like, you may freeze up and bomb. And you don't want to do that. Another thing it says, a lively award ceremony may require high energy and enthusiasm, while a corporate dinner may be refined and composed approach. Yeah. We're here to celebrate. If it's a high energy award show, we're here to celebrate. Hey, listen, y'all, I'm so excited tonight. I'm smiling a lot. The facial expressions that I'm giving across to people, they're seeing me. I'm looking at people in the audience. I may even do a few compliments. I'm setting a tone in there. Because we're here to celebrate tonight. I don't know about you all, but we are celebrating all of you all and your accomplishments. If your name gets called, cool. If it doesn't, cool. The one thing we're not finna do is hate up in here. And if you got to say that to take the elephant out the room, then you do that, right? You do that. You take the elephant out the room. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't want to see no sore losers in here tonight. So if your name doesn't get called, it doesn't mean you're not good at what you do. It means next year, just work harder, right? And let's continue to celebrate each other. We want to make sure we give the flowers to those that work hard with whatever it is that we're celebrating, right? Set that tone. and have a great time and be quick in your responses and anything that may be a joke, but also be very, very careful about crossing lines of things that may offend people, even if it's current events. Now, I'm not saying don't, be you, but like sensitive topics right now are things that have to do with maybe sexuality, that may have to deal with diversity and inclusion. I mean, that's a big thing right now. You can still joke about it, but I think to a point of where it's tasteful. And that's to be determined. I can't give an example on that. That's to be determined. That's, you know, I can't think of anything right now to be able to say, but I'm saying, again, that's TBD, all right? And if you're unsure about something, 9 times out of 10, and you're thinking of it in the spot, probably don't say it, right? Because, dealing with something on the backlash or redirecting, your crowd's energy and mood is going to be very, very key. We're going to talk about that in some more videos too, but whatever you do, don't be a distraction to the event. And then what I mean by that is things that come out your mouth end up being a distraction. People miss the entire thing that's important about the event and what they're supposed to get out of it because they're so distracted by something you did or something you said. We don't want to do that, right? So one last thing, develop versatility in your tone and learn to adjust it accordingly. Versatility. Be great at it, one extreme to the other. Like I just did, if we're let's just say we're at this high energy awards, ceremony, and then we have to interject to be able to talk about, the death of somebody that was beloved in our industry or in our whatever. Yeah, you have to be able to, adjust accordingly or pivot if needed. These things are like very, very vital in you setting the mood for an event. Very vital. And those are some things that, are kind of challenging. I'm going to be developing something later this year that, I'm going to, be able to go more in depth in, and maybe, bring to you all and y'all could get a little bit more one-on-one or something from me. So stay tuned. The biggest thing is I wanted to make sure I give that MC tip today. And listen, I appreciate you all for locking in with me and checking me out, those that are checking me out on a daily basis. And continue to like, subscribe, and share. Because I'm telling you, that's the only way people are going to know about it. And one thing about me, I believe that this is information that you're going to be able to use in every aspect of your life. Just make sure you stay tuned and keep it locked, because tomorrow I'm coming with another MC tip. In the meantime, y'all, I am Carl Mays. The Wedding MC TV is what it is. Make sure you continuously share this, like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see y'all on the next one. And remember what I always say, don't do nothing I wouldn't do, do everything I would. I'll see y'all tomorrow.